Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tina. In today's video we are going to be talking all about this palette, and this one is the Cathedral palette from Kat Von D, and it's also called Sinner and Saint, or Sinner or Saint palette. But before I jump right to it and let you know the whole gist of this palette, I'm going to be swatching them for you guys. I'm going to be showing you the finger swatch and the brush swatch of this palette, and also little bit of the nitty-gritty of this palette. But before I jump right to it, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the bell right next to it. That way you can get notifications whenever I upload new videos, which I do a lot of beauty reviews and tutorials, so check it out guys. So Kat Von D came out with this holiday palette and it is absolutely beautiful. So let me show you the box real quick that this came with. So this is what it looks like. So it is a huge palette guys. So as you can see, I'm holding this right next to my head and it's huge. Anyway, so this is what it looks like. So the outside packaging of the palette looks exactly like this. It has your nice gold and black detailing and it's embossed, which is really cool and beautiful. It is inspired by the cathedral, so it looks just like a church. It looks pretty. So this has a 9-month shelf life in it. The palette is made in Canada and it is a vegan palette. So this is what the actual palette looks like. So like I said, it looks just like this, and it looks really cool. I love how the detailing is embossed. I love how this thing has Kat Von D in the middle. It's kind of like the window thing when you go to like a cathedral or something. So that's really cool and it just looks beautiful. So it is very compact, as you guys can see, and it's kind of heavy. It does have a little bit of a weight to it, and the back has the names of the eyeshadows, which I really like that because of the fact that it is easier for me to refer what the name of the palette is when I am filming. So this is what it looks like when you open it. There is 2 categories in here. You have Saint right here and Sinner on this side. So this is what it looks like, and you are getting 2 mirrors in here, but this is not something that I would really use on a day-to-day basis. This mirror is really not that great, to be honest, and it's hard to hold it up because this has a little bit of a weight to it. So these colors right here are more of your earth tone, cool down shades, and this side right here more of your nice pump of colors. Like this shade right here is absolutely beautiful, this lime green shade, and this relic shade. I do love a lot of these shades, and this is actually what you're seeing on my lids right now, especially this ministry shade right here. That's what you're seeing in there right now. So the inspiration of my look is basically because it is September and I am a September baby and my birthstone is sapphire, so I wanted to create a blue smoky eye for the month of September. But you know, we'll get into that later. So again, like I said, these shades are really nice. The matte shades are beautiful in here. Alright, so let's take a look at this palette. I'm going to be showing you live swatches. So what I did was I used the eyeshadow brush from Bogacci, and this is what it looks like. And in between, I cleaned this with this little clean sweep makeup brush pad that I have here. So this is what I've been using. I've just been cleaning it after swatching, so that's what I've been doing. So starting with the side Saint, the first shade in here is called Absolution, and this one is a nice shimmery white shade. It does have a little bit of specks of shimmers in here, so just make sure that you tap your brush for any excess amount. It is a little bit powdery as well, so just so you guys know. And the next shade is called Worship, and Worship is a nice satin plum shade and it looks beautiful on the eyes. The next shade is called Immaculate, and Immaculate is also a satin olive green shade. The next shade is called Chalice. Chalice is more of that off silver shade with a little bit of a grayish and golden undertone to it. The next shade is a nice pinky peach shade called Sacred Heart, and this is also a satin finish shade. The next shade is a matte shade and it's called Amen, and this one is a nice off-white shade. The next shade is called Sanctuary, and Sanctuary is a nice cool tone brown shimmery shade. The shade Heaven is a metallic silver shade, and this one has a little bit of a pink shift to it. It actually looks beautiful, and again, this has specks of micro shimmers in there, so just watch out for that shade. And that's what I'm wearing on the inner corners of my eyes. And the next shade is called Crucifix, and this one is a nice matte dark wooden brown shade. The next shade is called Cathedral. Cathedral is a gunmetal shade. It has a lot of specks of micro shimmers in it, so just be careful. The next shade is called Rosary. This one is a cranberry satin finish shade. Baptism is a light baby pink shade, and it is a matte shade. And moving on to the other category, which is the Sinner. Rapture is a beautiful pink metallic shade, and it's almost like an overlay because it doesn't really show up that well on the lids. So if you use this as an overlay on your lids, it will pop like crazy, and it's beautiful. The next shade is called Sabbath, and this one is your matte black shade. It's a little bit patchy when you apply it, but you need to really build it and blend it. The next shade is called Ashes, and this one is your ash shade, and this one has a lot of specks of shimmers in it, and you can even see it in the pan. It has a gold micro shimmers in there, so again, watch out. The next shade is called Martyr, and Martyr is a beautiful warm tone medium brown shade. It's almost like a camel shade. The shade Devil is a matte orange shade, and this one again, beautiful, and it didn't really give me any problems with blending whatsoever. The shade Revelation is almost just like Ashes. It does have that matte undertone to it, but you can see that the specks of shimmers are gold, so you can definitely see that in the pan as well. The shade Vestment is a jungle green duo chrome shade, and it has a brownish shift to it when you apply it on your lids. And then the shade Ministry is your sapphire blue shade, which I have on my lid today. So that's what you're seeing right there. It looks beautiful. It didn't really need a lot of building up, so it has a great payoff. So I absolutely love it, and it is a foiled shade or metallic shade. The next shade is called Exodus, and this one is a matte lime green shade, but it does have golden specks of shimmers in there, micro shimmers. The next shade is called Exorcism, and this one is more of your violet plummy shade. This one I had a little bit of a difficulty with building on the outer corners of my eyes, just because of the fact that it didn't really build nicely on my lids for some reason, but I mean, it is buttery. It feels really buttery in the pan. It's just a little bit patchy when applied on. The shade Relic is your yellow gold shade, and this one looks beautiful, and it's very pigmented, and it's what you're seeing on the inner corners of my eyes. And Stigmata, and this one is your reddish cranberry shade, and it looks beautiful on the lid, and this one also has a nice high shine to the shade. Alright guys, so I got this palette at Sephora. I just wanted to let you know this is not a sponsored video whatsoever. I should have said that in the beginning, but this comes with 24 eyeshadows, and if you break that down into each pan, it is $2.58. So this is a little bit of a bigger bang for your buck in terms of pricing and, you know, individual pans, because of the fact that, you know, $2.58 and you're getting a Kat Von D eyeshadow. I think that's a pretty good deal to me, in my opinion. Now, do I think that this palette is great? I think that the packaging is absolutely stunning, and I think that the payoff of some of these shades are better than others, but it's not a perfect palette in my opinion. I just feel like some of these shades like Exodus, Revelation, Ashes, Absolution has micro specks of shimmers in it were that great in my opinion, and it does have a little bit of fallout, but keep that in mind. With every palette you're gonna have a fallout, and I prefer that as long as it's a buildable shade, then by all means have a little bit of fallout. Not too much though. I feel like these palettes are really nice. They're great, and I do love how the versatility of this palette does have your more of your toned down shades and your pop of color shades. But I still feel like some of these shades are not gonna be as usable to some, especially if you don't like shimmery fallouts. It's gonna be really annoying to use this palette. The foiled shades in here, the matte shades, blended perfectly, beautifully, laid on the lids really, really nicely. But the eyeshadows that have specks of shimmers in here are the ones that I have a problem with, just because of the fact that I don't like shimmery fallout. But if you're gonna be getting this and you wanted to really bite the bullet, make sure that you prime your lid, do your eyeshadows first before you do your makeup, because there's gonna be tons of fallout and it's just gonna be an all around mess. I really do like how this corner right here has your cool down shades, and over here is your more of your funky colors. So if you're feeling a little bit more creative one day, you can definitely try these out. But if you don't really normally use these shades and you're just gonna be using this corner, I don't think it's worth it to get it, because you're limiting yourself with these other eyeshadows. So why not get something else that you can actually use for an everyday, or you know, something else that you can actually use, rather than paying $62 and you're not even going to use this corner right here. But if you are somebody that is always creative, you are somebody that, you know, would love to use these other eyeshadows in here, definitely get this. It is still worth it. And I think that Kat Von D did a really, really great job, especially with the matte shades, the shimmery shades in here. And like I said, the only thing that I didn't like is the micro shimmers that were included in some of these eyeshadow shades. That's my review. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please go ahead and comment down in the comment section to let me know if you are getting this palette or not. I will see you guys again next time, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I love you all. Bye.